We are barely a week into the new NHL regular season and we already have a slew of some fairly significant injuries. In today's video, we'll keep you up to date on all the guys that are hurt and how long they're going to be out. And that's coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as I mentioned off the top, we're barely a week into the NHL season and we're already starting to see a slew of significant NHL injuries. Players going down are going to be out for a number of weeks and longer periods of time here. Now, of course, we've already seen a bunch of these injuries take place early in the preseason towards the end of training camp as well. So those players we've already discussed here. So I'm only going to go over the injuries that have taken place during the first week of action of the NHL season thus far. We've seen a couple starting goaltenders go down already, including Roberto Luongo of the Florida Panthers. He had an unfortunate incident where one of the forwards of the Panthers, Frank Vetrano, fell on his leg in a crease as they were battling for the puck. It's not quite clear exactly what happened with his leg. It's a combination of his lower leg or his knee that was injured, and they're saying it's approximately going to be about a month or so that he's going to be out. It could be a little bit sooner than that. Either way, Roberto Luongo's age, these injuries keep piling up, taking its toll on his body, and it's just that much harder and more difficult for him to keep playing at a high level and to stay healthy here. So hopefully Luongo can come back sooner than later. For right now, James Reimer will get the call to start most of the games, and they brought up Michael Hutchinson from the American Hockey League to play the role as backup. He likely will see some action given the period of time here that Luongo is expected to be out. It's for this exact reason they brought in Hutchinson as a free agent, to have a third goalie who's got some NHL experience and NHL capable goaltender as well. Given Luongo's age and health, they need to have that third guy on reserve here at all times, as they never know when stuff like this could happen. So hopefully Luongo gets back sooner than later for the Florida Panthers. Now, the other goalie that just recently went down was Jonathan Quick of the LA Kings. This injury happened during practice, and it's not quite clear exactly how long he'll be out. For right now, they're listing Quick as day-to-day until he gets further evaluation. They haven't really disclosed a whole lot about the injuries. It's believed to be a lower body injury, but of course that doesn't really give us a whole lot of information to go on. So it's hard to say exactly how long he'll be out. Of course, we've seen Quick battle some long-term injuries in recent years here as well, so this does not bode well for the LA Kings if he'll be out for any length of time. But of course, we can't jump to conclusions just yet. He very well may only be out for a short stretch here. So we'll see how things go with Jonathan Quick, and we'll update once we have more information. Newly acquired free agent James Van Riemsdyk of the Philadelphia Flyers is expected to be out for about 4 to 6 weeks as well. JVR suffered a lower body injury in the most recent Flyers game, so this is going to create a little bit of a hole in their lineup. Fortunately for the Flyers, they've seen Wayne Simmons get off to a pretty good start here. Hard to say where exactly James Van Riemsdyk will slot in the lineup when he returns. He had been playing a fair bit on the third line in the first few games of the NHL season. But of course, this is going to create an opportunity for another player to step up. So we'll see how the Flyers have to adjust their lineup. But for right now, JVR is going to be out for a number of weeks here. Columbus Blue Jackets forward Brandon Dubinsky is expected to be out for approximately 4 to 6 weeks with a strained oblique. It's a guy who's battled a lot of injuries here in the last 2 or 3 years. Missed significant periods of time. We'll see if he can battle back from injury and come back and contribute to this Blue Jackets team. Obviously, the Blue Jackets, as you know, is a team that I've talked about having a lot of concerns recently. They've already started the season without Seth Jones. So having more injuries is just not going to make matters any better here. So hopefully Dubinsky can get back sooner than later for Columbus. Ottawa Senators forward Max McCormick suffered a lower body injury. It looks like a knee injury from what I could tell while I was watching the game when I seen it happen against Toronto on the weekend. McCormick did have a previous injury in a similar area before, and all they've said right now is that he will be out for a significant period of time, but they haven't really made it clear exactly how long. I mean, for the Ottawa Senators, McCormick is a depth piece playing mostly fourth line minutes. Nothing too crazy or too significant for the team, but still a young player trying to make his mark on a team that's rebuilding, and he keeps getting hampered here by injuries, which is not going to help his case here long-term in the NHL. Calgary Flames defenseman Travis Hamonic is out week to week with a facial fracture. Suffered the facial fracture after sticking up for a young rookie teammate Dylan Dubé after he suffered a major hit in the team's first game of the season, and he's going to be out, I said, week to week. So likely going to probably be 2 weeks anyways. He's already been out for a few days here, so we'll see how much longer he'll be out, but Hamonic will be absent from the Flames blue line here for at least a few more games. In case you missed it as well, Dustin Brown, the LA Kings, will be out for an indefinite period of time. They haven't quite put a timetable on that either with a broken finger. That can be a number of weeks or it could be possibly months depending on how severe the break is and exactly how it heals. As we know, these type of injuries can kind of drag on, and sometimes they can heal up quicker than expected as well. So I would dare say that he'll be out for at least 2 to 3 weeks, but it could very well be longer, as we've seen with Ottawa Senators forward Bobby Ryan, who is the master of hand injuries. It just depends on how long he'll be out, but hopefully, unlike Ryan, Brown actually stays out until it's healed instead of coming back too quick and just causing more trouble for himself here longer term. And last but certainly not least here, Jumbo Joe Thornton of the San Jose Sharks is going to be out for about 4 to 6 weeks here as well. Suffered a knee injury. It was concerning at the beginning here that it was going to be a longer term issue, but it does appear that there's no structural damage to Thornton's knee. It does appear this type of injury with Thornton in the knee is an infection which can be helped with an antibiotic. So Thornton should not be out too long. They originally said 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm guessing likely closer to the 4 since there's no significant damage to the knee. It's really just an infection. So that's good news for the Sharks. The last thing they need is Joe Thornton going down for another long-term significant knee injury here, which he suffered 2 years in a row. The Sharks have already gotten off to a slow start here. Obviously, adding Erik Karlsson was a huge boost to them in the offseason, but they're still trying to gel as a team and kind of find their way. The power play has struggled a little bit, and they've dropped 2 of their first 3 games. So the last thing the Sharks need right now is a long-term significant injury. So Thornton certainly will be missed, as always, when he's out of the lineup. But their younger players have been stepping up and playing pretty well for them so far. So they're going to need that to continue, and they're going to have to find their legs here on the power play to kind of start having a little bit more success moving forward. If you're new to the channel here, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there's plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button on this video if you liked the video as well. I'd really appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time.